Welcome back, listeners. This is the Ghoulish Gentleman. I'm here with not Morticia, but somebody else.
The Familiar Cadaver.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to add some lightning and shit to that afterwards. Man, I don't even know what to call this series. It'd be episode 1 of a new series. What should we call it?
I don't even know, but it's going to be analog horror based. So, I mean, something like VHS oriented. Because that's what most analog horrors are. Not all of them, but like most of them have like a VHS effect to them, which is personally what I like about them.
Okay. This will be, I'll think of a name later, but that's the gist. It's going to be an analog horror based series. We got the expert here. I know like very little about it, so you're gonna have to be our guide.
Yes, I will. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I do watch a lot of analog horror. My favorite being the Mandela's catalog, which is something we will work up to. It's just that Mandela's catalog, they're actually about to have their final episode. Like they're bringing the series to an ending with the volume 666, I think it's going to be called, or something like that.
Okay.
But in like terms of like playtime, like Mandela's catalog has like, I think it's like 4 hours, I think. Not including like the little like videos with like subtext and lore and stuff like that. Like the main volumes, like volume 1, 2, 3, 3, and all that stuff, like it's like 4 hours, I think.
Okay.
So that'd be a lot to unpack, but it should be coming out soon. So I mean, we, after we get into some of this, maybe into that other one, I don't know. I still don't really like the voice acting on the other one, so we really did have to switch plans.
Gotcha. I don't know if it's considered analog horror. I don't think it is, but there's one out there that caught my attention called I think it was like Monument Mythos.
Monument Mythos.
Yeah.
Crazy you brought that up. I was gonna watch that with you, but I would say as your first one, it's a crazy start because there's just so much going on and a lot to keep up with. Because it's like, it's not even just like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't all take place in like one universe. Like there's like multiple timelines and stuff like that. Like there's a timeline where like Rockefeller isn't like a oil dude or a train dude. Like he becomes the president.
Okay.
And then like there's dude, that shit is crazy. There's essentially like that one is like every monument, like Mount Rushmore, Lincoln's monument and stuff like that. That one thing in front of the White House, the big tall skinny thing, I don't know why, I don't know what the hell that's called, but like that thing is like its own like transient being. Lady Liberty,
okay,
stuff like that. But then there's like these different timelines where like there's like a beach where like this sand like does stuff to you and stuff like that. Man, it's crazy. It's like what I'm saying, like that runtime, I think that's genuinely like 10 hours. Like Wendiguden did a video covering everything on Monument Mythos, and it's a 4-hour video of him like summing up all of it. So like that one's like that one's gonna be last. But it's a good read, I will say though.
Yeah, that one definitely caught my attention, man, because I'm all for like stuff like that. So
yeah, that one is, I will say that one is the most interesting. But today what we're gonna be watching, I feel like is, I'm not gonna say simple, but like I think it's a good entryway to analog horror. And like just to give you that VHS feel and that like a new creative original way of like story building, and not just like those memes of like modern games where it's like, let me know if you need help. I probably won't need it. And like the fucking, I think there's a chest nearby, let me go check out that chest. Like this, it's actually pretty original, and some of it's a little subtle, some of it's kind of in your face, but like a lot of the story building in this one and other ones like Mandela's catalog, Monument Mythos, like some of it, like you really got to pay attention to like the little details, because a lot of the time it's the long videos that are just like there to scare you, but the short ones are like kind of just eerie, and they give a lot of story if you pay attention and you just like connect the dots. A lot of this is connecting the dots because, you know, the creator is showing you what they want you to see, and they're kind of just like, you know, like I'm gonna give a little answer right there, but some of these answers come with more questions, and I don't even know the complete story of this because I think it's still ongoing. So I don't think it's finished, but the gist of it I have got it locked down for you in case you got any questions.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's see. So we're watching the Greylock analog horror, also called the Greylock Archives. Made by, what's his name? I just had his name written down. His name's Rob Gavigan. Originally it aired in 2023, and apparently he's a YouTuber already before he started making this, but in 2023, around that time, he just decided he wants to make his own like universe, and that's what this is. And I'll tell you what, he did a pretty good job. If y'all haven't, go ahead and check it out before you come here.
It's his channel, he's just plugging it.
You know, it's the nice thing to do. You know, we don't want to get 1 million views without giving credit where it's due. But yeah, so this one's
all
called,
our content.
Yeah, it's all ours, but so yeah, so this is gonna be tape 1, and it's called Back Online.
Got you.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System is offline for time code 0106. Contact technician for assistance. Welcome to Single USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage for GBA. Data extraction initiated. Data extraction, 10% complete. Data extraction, 4% complete. Data extraction, 80% complete. Data extraction complete. All data extracted to error. No.
Dear believers. Just like that, tape 1's over.
Okay.
What do you think about that? What's your understanding of that?
It seemed like, judging from the computer voice, data extraction was like downloading files. Somebody was probably doing that. They weren't supposed to be doing that. They were either got caught or in the process of getting caught, because you could hear like sort of like disembodied voices in the background.
Yes, I'm glad you picked that out. Believe it or not, I believe it's unknown who even that was right now until like the series is finished. But again, so this is the Greylock Archives. So this is like how it all starts. Like, and I'm assuming we're either someone watching these archives or we're something watching these archives.
Okay.
But I don't know if you saw in the middle, but that base was the little underground facility is where that took place. Baron literally ravaged, like something came through and just did a number on everyone. I believe there was even 2 people in there, and one of them not knowing they weren't alone. I think it's like it's where it was showing the archives, like not the literal, like the data servers, but it was like a room with books and stuff like that. You could see the silhouette of someone's head. And I believe the person was not alone. Whether they were successful, I'm unsure, but I believe they were. It's gonna do a lot of name dropping after this tape. Because this one is more story building. So this one's not as direct, but again, subtlety here and there.
Gotcha.
You just pick up on it. So this one, this is actually the first one I ever saw of this series whenever I got into it. So this one's called Tape 2, To the Mountain.
Dear believers, when men pursue evil, it is evil that they will find. Mark my words, there is no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let me read to you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this at length in a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said, quote, "Our adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. We are taught by our Lord Jesus to pray, do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue or avoid in action. Very warily, therefore, should we endeavor to avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us. We are not to enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear." When we will come face to face with the devil himself, whether we intended to or not, dear believer. We are drawn to him by our own hearts. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander." There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our hearts, within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves. The devil is going to call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
Hmm.
Okay.
What'd you think about that one?
Definitely eerie. I'm not sure if he's like listening to a radio broadcast for like maybe like some religious channel on there on the radio, and it just so
Yes.
happens to align with like what's going on set in the theme, because I did see that sort of devilish figure on the right side of the road when he kept turning on his brights.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that, maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't know if that's what it meant for that, because it kept saying the devil, repeating the devil, and then it shows what looks like the devil figure. You can see like hooves and all that. So
Exactly. Any other questions you have about that? Like, like
mm, why was he exploring? Why did he
that's
get out of the car?
exquisite question. That's exactly what I wanted you to ask. So in that one, that one's called To the Mountain. So I forgot to mention. So Mount Greylock apparently takes place in the mountains in Massachusetts, and I don't think it's a real place. I think someone looked it up, and like Greylock isn't really anything in Massachusetts, but it's based off the mountains in Massachusetts, where all of this is taking place. It's all taking place in one area,
Hmm.
and so the video To the Mountain, like, yeah, he's just listening to like a church sermon, just driving somewhere, and then like he just decides, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna look around,
Hmm.
and he stumbles upon something. So that, especially what the preacher was saying, don't tempt the devil to tempt us. Like,
Yeah.
don't give in to temptation. So what that video was supposed to like insinuate, I guess, like the theme is like temptation, um, mental deterioration, obsession, emotional detachment, because like no normal person's gonna in the middle of the night go out in the woods and in the fucking snow,
Exactly.
especially when he's seen a blood trail. So it's something that's drawing people to the mountain. And if you notice, after a while of him, like walking through the mountains and then listening to this sermon, does the sermon start turning like demonic? And I believe even in the middle of that, when he sees the blood, I think you're hearing about someone that died to a home invasion or something like that.
Right.
Because it was very distorted. But yeah, so it's perfect that you brought up the devil, because yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but I would say be more open-minded. You were head on with the devil, but that's not gonna be
Mhm.
the main theme of
Okay.
what's going on here, because there's a lot going on here, and you're gonna. I think this one we're definitely gonna meet a couple characters, and it's gonna hear some names and stuff like that. So this one is tape 3, orientation protocols.
Greetings, and welcome to the Preconditional Protocols and Orientation video system provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with Symbiodyne USA. On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations on your selection as one of our testing candidates. You likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to answer them all. First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 studies a revolutionary and promising area of parapsychology, thought forms. If you're unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tapa, otherwise known as a thought form. A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity. Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by third parties, and are not limited solely to the person who developed them. Thought forms have been formed to serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them. According to key literature, thought forms can be intentionally formed by a single person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness. Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At this phase, thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or through EVP sessions, while the thought form may respond through moving objects, manipulating electronics, or even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarities, a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind, who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional states, where their mental capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In other words, as these are the ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as more time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form, they begin to harness more influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and, in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe? Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of developmental training. So, Project Stargate has enlisted a world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human consciousness, with cutting-edge technology and engineering methods, we've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thought Form Manifester. The Thought Form Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thought form entities from the minds of select, willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thought forms can appear in virtually any configuration. They could look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers, as thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however. All thought forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact, they pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the Thought Form Manifester is completed, your thought form will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber. Thought forms are unable to pass through the barrier of and will not be capable of causing you any issues. There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations. These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. It is recommended you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects. None of these side effects should cause you any alarm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation with Unit 13, and your time in the thought form manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious, now. This is the end of this tape.
What do you think about that?
So that puts everything into perspective from what that guy saw earlier.
Exactly.
That was more of like his thought form. He was hearing that broadcast. That shit got into his head. He formulated that thought form and he saw that out there on the road.
Yeah, so especially the deer. So because he does come across a dead deer, so something was out there
Yeah.
already, but the fear and the obsession that he had with the mountain itself and just the sermon constantly playing,
Yeah.
he manifested that on his own. And that's why like it got like the more he started like driving away and stuff like that, like the dizziness he was having, hearing stuff, because the radio probably was playing the same sermon, but he was receiving hallucinations and stuff like that.
Right.
Now that this thought form was like on him and it attacked him. So yeah, so thinking about that, you can make a thought form just from like thinking, like missing an animal, or like
Yeah.
missing a person, or like being angry with someone, or just like feeling like it said, like a manifestation of an emotion. But also what the tape was saying is that, you know, like it takes years to do this, but they have like, oh, like we have this machine and we can just make a thought form, like, and you know, like we're gonna the goal is to help society, and to like, oh, like we're gonna have thought forms working at HEB and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or like we're gonna have thought forms like transporting stuff or whatever. Like they thought they could control it, and that's clearly what the tapes were showing about. They're like, oh, the thought forms can't hurt you. Like we put them in a nice little box, they could stay there. Clearly not. So I believe what most of these thought forms come from. I don't believe it's all because of the machine. I believe it's how they made the machine, like the origin of like where they got the idea for the machine, and it's something in Greylock Mountain that's causing these to happen. Why people are just in the mountain, and in minutes they're manifesting thought forms that are already being terrorizing people and like killing animals and stuff like that.
So you think it's some sort of anomaly?
It is an anomaly, and the thing about them is what it was trying to like really reiterate is like, you know, don't acknowledge them. Like you acknowledging them or like giving into fear or any emotion when it comes to them, like it's making them stronger and making them manifest more and just making them more aggressive, which is impossible, right? Like, you know, you can't ignore something like that. Which is why like it really just gave that that feeling of inevitability, that like, you know, like clearly this is something they couldn't control like at all. Like it kind of shifted from like trying to make you feel safe to more being like damage control, more just being like, oh, like you signed up for this, like, you know, like this is something we did and we kind of fucked up and it's a thing now.
Okay.
Because I believe that tape was supposed to be for like the people working in the facility. Because again, this person's just going through these tapes, or somehow we're just seeing them. All these tapes that have been archived. All right, so we're gonna end it on this next one right here. So this is gonna be the final tape. It's tape 4, Unexpected Visitors. Mind you, there's a S, Visitors.
Okay.
I'd like to thank my producer, my writers, my director, my friends, and you, the ordinary people who made me what I am today.
Max Headroom premieres after moonlighting tomorrow.
Make it love me.
We interrupt our current program at the request of the Massachusetts State Police. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during the emergency. This station will broadcast official information, news, and instruction for Northern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, after the following tone.
At 3:34 a.m., Massachusetts State Police confirmed the presence of a potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted 49 residences since approximately 11:15 p.m. last night. The attacks appear to be random, spanning across the towns of North Adams, Cheshire, Savoy, and Windsor. Residents are urged to take the following actions immediately. Wake all occupants of your home. Lock all doors and windows. Close all curtains and blinds. Gather in a secure area of your home where multiple exits are available to prevent yourself from being cornered. Additionally, residents are urged to arm themselves with a blunt object or firearm if available and licensed. Only resort to self-protection if a suspect has entered your home, poses an active threat to you or your family, and you are unable to escape safely. If you are currently away from home, we are urging you not to return home at this time. Shelter in place where you are. If you are currently not in a secure area or in a vehicle, immediately head to your closest 7-Mart. Each 7-Mart location is currently being used as a safe area and as police station for your protection. Remain in your secure area until the threat has been resolved. Police are currently unable to determine a physical description of any of the assailants involved in these attacks. It is strongly advised you do not open your home to anyone you do not intimately recognize. Do not attempt to search for or engage with any suspects. The suspects are considered armed and extremely dangerous. Do not leave your secure area unless necessary. This is for your safety. Law enforcement will be armed and patrolling your area. Interfering with this investigation can result in lethal force being inadvertently.
It's been a minute since I've seen that one. That one actually got me.
Jump scare warning, guys.
Did that get you?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Fuck, that got me, dude. I was like, dang, yeah, I remember. Fuck, that fucking. Oh man, yeah, that one got me.
Years of horror movies and shit has like desensitized me. But that one's interesting. So the person that was essentially breaking into the house, was that the same person we were following before from the other tape, the one that was on the road driving?
I'm not. I can't say no, but I can't say yes, only
Okay.
because these are supposed to be multiple tapes, like found everywhere. So like imagine how can I explain this? So, to put it into perspective, like how these tapes have all been obtained somehow. So imagine like a outbreak happens in like a very secluded town, and then the organization that caused it like has a, well, you've seen VHS, right? Like, you know, like
Yeah.
you know, someone's watching these tapes, right?
Exactly.
And someone has collected these tapes and are watching them back and stuff like that. So it's essentially something along those lines, except this one's more like general area, like damage control, like, oh, like we got to clean this up, like we can't let this footage get out there. Like we can't let the world know that we fucked up and that there's a real big threat out there. So I want to say that it's a different person, but it very well could be the same person.
Okay.
Did you notice anything? But since you're talking about how the person breaks into the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that weird? Like, nobody's home, but like he still had to like break in though. Like nothing was unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you mean nothing was unlocked or nothing was locked?
Nothing was unlocked.
Okay.
But like clearly something was in there. I believe what happened is he breaks into the house, like seeing like what's going on. I can't even. It might have even been a thought form that just broke into that house.
Yeah,
it very well could be. I'm not entirely sure, but did you want to draw any lines to how the thought form was inside the house? The confirmed one.
Only one I could really like assume is somebody was already in that house and formed that thought form out of fear, out of possibly seeing that that broadcast, because the person that broke in, that could have happened after the broadcast.
Yep.
And so the person who was already in the house saw the broadcast, panicked, started forming that thought form, and whatever that was obviously, violent. You could hear them screaming. I don't know if it was behind the door or not as a thing, or if that was just because it cut to black and you hear the screaming and everything.
Yeah, so I believe it was behind that door, which is weird because what that essentially suggests, because of like all these like home invasions and stuff like that, but clearly something hit this house and doors were locked. Like he had to, take the little thing, he had to take the screen off the window, and still like budge the window open. I believe it's insinuating that thought forms can just enter your home without needing to go through the door or through a window, or they can just manifest straight up into your house from the fear. So because the police don't know what they're doing, so they send that broadcast out after these thought forms were hitting homes like just everywhere, and it was saying like, oh, it's not even like they're going in a straight line, like they're in this one town, like they're just spread out everywhere and they're hitting like houses at random. So I believe that one at the end clearly broke into that motherfucker's house, and he had a glove on, which is, I think that's explained in later episodes exactly, because you're gonna find out who those fuckers are.
Okay.
Like it's not gonna leave you in the dark about that one, and it even surprised me about that. But yeah, like essentially it's supposed to just drive home that you're not safe. Like there's nowhere safe. Like these containment things that these employee videos were saying, like, oh yeah, we can contain them, they cannot. Like thought forms can just come and go as they please. And just that broadcast like just really drove it home. So like on top of these home intruders, now there's like people freaking out and stuff like that, mass hysteria in around Greylock, causing more thought forms to appear. And now that I say that, I'm pretty sure that person, that last clip, I'm pretty sure they just manifested that thought form, and that's why he had the glove on.
Oh, okay.
Because it's your average like home intruder, like gloves on, wearing black and stuff like that. I think that person heard the screams and manifested that thought form, and that thought form was like, oh yeah, like I'm a burglar, so I'm gonna force my way into this house. Now that's crazy, I just came to that conclusion because
it's all just dominoes effect with hysteria, really.
Especially with that broadcast, like they kind of like just hurt themselves doing that. Well, I mean, like they're the police. Like what can they do? Dang, I didn't even think about that. I just did that myself right there. Because I'm like, because I know who the initial intruders were that caused the broadcast. Because it explains it kind of explains it, but like, yeah, you really understand in later tapes. You're like, oh fuck, like this is clearly gonna go wrong. But I'm like black gloves. Like why? That's such a burglar thing. Like god dang. Dude, just imagine, like, tornado warning. You manifest tornado fucking thought form.
She, I mean, it
Oh
really
my
could be
God.
anything that you're just deeply afraid of.
Yeah. Another idea you could say, there couldn't have even been a thought form in that house to begin with. That person also could have manifested that thought form, which is odd because I mean, like, who would? I'm not entirely sure about that theory, but my only reasoning is like, if you're breaking into a house, your fear would be someone waking up, but you can clearly hear like a struggle going on. So I'm probably bringing it back to that someone probably died in that house, and there probably was a thought form there in the first one.
Okay.
The screams in the last tape. I don't even know if that was real. Could have also just been hysteria from in the process of manifesting that thought form.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's an awful series. Like, it's one of those things where, because I'm not one for those like Jason and fucking Michael Myers and stuff like that. Like, where it's just Jeepers Creepers, where it's just like, oh, the murderer just he kills everybody, and he's gonna keep doing it, and there's no way you can really stop him. Same thing here, but this one's, I don't know. I think it's more creative rather than just like, oh, I'm a big dude and you can shoot me in the face, I'm still gonna snatch a rib cage out your chest. Like, it's more intricate, it's more interesting. Like, the horror is more like psychological rather than just like there's a big dude with a big fucking chainsaw.
You have an appeal more to the mysterious and the unknown that your typical slasher.
Yeah,
I get that. I have that part of me as well. Where it's just like, especially those movies that come out and you never really know what's going on up until like maybe the last scene. They'll like let you know, like, oh, this is what's causing all the hysteria and all the deaths and everything. It's like the whole time you're trying to figure out, well, damn, what could it be?
Yeah,
it's like never getting a good look at the beast.
Yeah, and that's the thing about analog horror that I like so much. Like, it's your universe. Like, reality can be what you want it to be, and you could be ridiculous, but like something that most of these like creators, like Alex Kister with the Mandela Catalog and this guy with Greylock, like, they're just really creative, and like a lot of thought went into this. Like they put like real effort into this. Something crazy, I'll tell you later in the Mandela Catalog whenever we get to that. Okay. But like, these they don't have much when they start this stuff, because like they don't get paid for this, like, until like the views start rolling in, and people are subscribing, you have a fan base and stuff like that. But like a lot of it really is just good story building and just like mystery. Like, it's interesting. Like even right there, like, I think I've watched that tape multiple times, and not only did it scare me, I'm just now drawing the conclusion that like he just manifested that thought form. Right. And that's not an OG intruder. Like, that's one he just made, and now it's gonna murder him and move on to that next house. But yeah, fucking, I love this one. I think it's a great one to start with.
Yeah, no, it's definitely unique. I like it. I like the whole idea behind the afterthought, and it's not a certain area affected, but it's just kind of like spontaneous, like little bits and pieces here and there. It's not a consistent enemy. It's really like your own mind that can take you out.
Yes, it is a lot of that too. Yeah, later on they get crazy with the visuals and stuff like that. Also in the later tapes, there's going to be a lot of those, like, it's going to be a lot of those videos where it's like, oh, like, let's teach you how to make faces and stuff like that, or like, oh, let's practice exercises. I'm not sure if we're going to skip those. I mean, I might just go over them, might just give you the rundown of what's going on, because they do get a little redundant. I think the longest one is the last one, which is tape 12. But yeah, I think the next time we do this, we can definitely get a couple more tapes down. I think the last 3 tapes we should probably save for a whole separate video.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. Keep watching.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. I like it. It's new. I've like looked into analog horror here and there, but never like fully dove into it. So I'm down. I'm down to see what else they have.
That's crazy. You brought up Monument Mythos. I was literally thinking to myself, I was like, we could do that, but man, that's like watching the Lord of the Rings, bro. Like, like let's watch all of them. Like shit, like 8 hours. Fuck.
Oof. You gotta set some time apart for that.
Yeah, that one. I will probably save that one for like last, because that one, like, we gonna have to get some pen and paper to get that, because those timelines that they have and stuff like that, man, it's crazy.
Any final thoughts here?
That jump scare really got me. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Like, dude, big fear, huge fear I have. Like, I have man, if I wouldn't last a minute in that world, because big fear I have is like looking out my window and seeing someone look back at me. And just the beginning of that last tape, watching him, like, dude, every time he put that flashlight into the windows, bro, I was just like, oh my god, I don't remember exactly, like, if something looks back at him. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that was just freaking me out enough as it was. And then, oh man, that was just terrifying. But yeah, great fucking watch.
Yeah. No, for sure. I agree. I enjoyed it a lot. This is just episode 1. We're going to break down multiple series. This is just one of them, the Greylock tapes. But we're definitely going to go through a bunch of others.
Man, we need
maybe?
A name.
Huh?
We need a name.
A name for the series?
Yeah, we'll get it. Next episode, we'll get it figured out, or we'll put it in the title of this one, and then in the second one, be like, "Oh well, you watched the last one. Yeah, I guess you know what we're back here with."
We'll spitball Analog Adventures or something. We'll workshop
Something
it.
like
We'll
that.
figure something out. But thank you guys for listening. Maybe on the next one, Morticia will join us. Who knows? But we'll see. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
See ya.